Does this ever get old for you, Coach?
Nope. It was a 3:30 wake up, so we definitely didn't make it to the alarm clock this morning.
That's awesome. What excites you so each and every year? I think this year coming back, quarterback and the leading rusher gone. Are you more excited when you get to see who's going to step up?
Well, you're always looking for possibilities, and anytime there are challenges, what are solutions, if you will? And certainly that's the case this year. You look. I think David Cormier, the big plays that he made, especially in our Service Academy games, the clutch catch that he made, to help us in our bowl game to be able to convert, and Amari Terry with the big play, down in Arlington we played there, and then also in Fort Worth, in the bowl game when it's 9-7. So, the receiver part of it, you mentioned, trying to replace 5 of your 6 top rushers, including Brad Roberts, a 3-year starter, highly productive, great poison savvy, and Hazik Daniels. But isn't there the joy of where the next mountain is to climb? It's why we live in Colorado.
Exactly. Defensive side of the ball, you got a lot of guys coming back, but there's still some holes there too. That's what I'm talking about. Is it? I just feel some excitement that people are like, hey, I'm ready to step up too.
Well, I didn't know there were a lot back. There are some, and yet for each and every one of them, the real credit goes that whether you've played or you have or haven't played, the drive to want to learn, to be be better with the details, and the quality of the communication, everything that goes into being able to lift, being able to focus. Just developing as a football player. And what is neat about our guys, regardless of experience, that really is important to them, and that's why you want to be around them.
If you look at 3 of the last 4 years, you throw out the COVID year, this team's won at least 10 games over the last 3 seasons. Is there more pressure now as Air Force head coach?
Not at all. You look at it, just because last year both dice came up 6s, you roll 12 doesn't mean that's likely, as you head forward to possibility, but it's, just not. You look, the dice, those 2 dice are much more likely to come up when they add them together to be a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, or a 9. And so that's certainly not the case with us this year. Our challenge is to get to 1. And I think especially for the number of guys that we have to replace, can you somehow scratch and claw and fight and do everything you can to get a single one? And our guys really do understand that and how difficult that will be.
We know each season is different. What excites you the most about starting out again another year?
Well, every team has a new path. I think especially for the number of new guys that are going to be involved this year, and that's as heightened maybe as it's been. I liken it, I truly do, to what we experienced from 2012 to 2013. We came off 12. We had a bunch of guys. We had a really good rusher in Cody Getz. We had a quarterback in Connor Dietz that had played an awful lot of football. That's kind of where we are now, too.
Perfect. Coach, thanks for the time.
Okay, thank you.
First day of practice, you excited?
Yes, sir. I'm super excited. Yes, sir.
People look at this team and they see that you lose a quarterback, you lose the leading rusher from last year, you're the second leading rusher. Does that make you excited about coming out this year?
Yeah, so I think it makes our team hungry just to prove that point. A lot of people think that we may struggle this year, but I think we're going to be all right.
I think the offensive line, 4 or 5 starters returning, is that a big key? Talk to me about those guys up top.
Yes, sir. Everything starts with them. Those are our diesels. We can't do anything without them.
People are looking at the quarterback position, wondering who's going to play. Do you worry about such things? Who's going to be pitching the ball, or do you just? How does it work out here?
I feel like we practice enough. A whole lot of plays of practice, I feel like whoever their starting quarterback is this year is going to be confident enough to get the job done.
For the last 3 real seasons throughout the COVID year, this team's won 10 games. Do you feel like you could do it again this year?
Yes, sir. This year, I know 10 is the minimum. We're setting our sights a little bit higher this year.
That's awesome. What excites you the most about coming down here again this season?
Really just being back with the team after this long summer break, seeing everybody, seeing the change and growth in bodies and everything, really just coming together and doing what we do best.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
First day, you excited?
Yes, sir, as always. Just good to be back on the field with my brothers. I'm looking forward to it.
defensively, you guys are pretty strong with 7 returning starters. How are you guys looking at it coming into this? Are we starting from scratch, or are we feeling like, hey, we led the nation in defense last year and we're going to be all right?
Yeah, so we're definitely not starting from scratch. We got a lot of people that have a lot of playing time under their belts. Just looking forward to getting everybody back into the swing of things. Still got people doing, some cadet stuff up there, so getting everybody back down here at the same time is going to be beneficial for us for the season.
How do you keep your head a little bit smaller? I mean, like I just said, you led the nation in total defense last year. How do you guys stay humble?
Yeah, we don't really look into that stuff because we don't really get much respect for it either way. So we're just going to stay true to us and do what we got to do to win.
What excites you the most about being out here this year?
Oh my gosh, it's my last season. I ain't gonna do anything crazy, but just having fun. This is my last year. I want everybody to go out with a bang, especially the people. I mean, every dog's gonna have their day. Everybody's gonna be a senior one day, so I want the seniors to go out with a bang like they did last year.
Perfect. Thanks, Trey. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.